1/5 minus 5/8. Now these fractions are not like, okay? So you can't subtract them. So I need two fractions that are like to subtract. So I need a common denominator for 5 and 8. So let's find the common multiple, the least common multiple of 5 and 8. Now the question we're going to ask is, what's the smallest prime number that will divide into either 5 or 8? Copy the numbers down and let's ask that question here. What's the smallest prime number that will go into 8? 2 goes into 8 how many times? 8 divided by 2 is, bring down this number. Now what's the smallest prime number that will divide into 4? Well, once again, 4 divided by 2 is, bring down this number. Don't throw away your 5. Bring it down. We're going to get there in a minute. We're going to use it in a minute. Now, what's the smallest prime number that divides evenly into 2? Well, that's our last one here. We now have 1. Bring down the 5. Now, what's the smallest prime number that goes into 1? Well, there is no prime number divides into 1 because 1's not prime. So we have to look at the 5 now. What's the smallest prime number that divides into 5? 2 doesn't, 3 doesn't, 4 doesn't. 5 divided by 5 is, and now bring this one down. Okay, my answers are 2, 2, 2, and 5. Now 2 times 2 is, and 4 times 2 is, and 8 times 5. So my least common multiple is 40. That's what we're going to use for our denominator of our like fractions. Okay, 5 goes into 40. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 goes into 40. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 5 is 25. Now when you subtract like fractions, you get a like fraction. Combine the numerators, 8 minus 25. You have $8. You write a check for 25. You are overdrawn by $17. So we have another like fraction. The numerator is 17, but since we're overdrawn, it's minus.